Hey guys, if you're enjoying the content that I'm making, please click that subscribe button. Also remember to click that bell button and make sure to tick that box to send all notifications so you don't miss out on any videos. With that in mind, let's get on with the video. What's up guys, welcome to Munchkins Gaming, where we take your gaming to the next level. This is Munchkins logging in to bring you another Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia video. In this video, we're going to be going through Rinoa's EX fight. Now before we do start this video, I'd just like to let you guys know that there won't be any pull videos because I tried that earlier and the game kept on crashing every time I pull for tickets. I think every third or fourth ticket it just ended up crashing. So just to let you guys know, I did end up getting Rinoa's EX weapon, as you guys can see in this video. I did get it on my first multi. If you guys are curious, I did post it on my Facebook page and on Twitter as well, so make sure to follow me on those social medias so you know you can get up to date of what's happened and why there isn't any pool video. Definitely really sorry that you know, it didn't work out. Plus I was doing it on my phone as well because BlueStacks is not working for, or Dissidia Opera Omnia is not working on BlueStacks at this point in time. Hopefully that gets fixed soon and I can start doing more videos on BlueStacks again. It's actually a little bit more easier for me that way. So yeah, anyway, without further ado, let's start this video. Okay, as always, we will start off with the weaknesses, resistances, and the abilities of the boss, and this time it's the Swarm Fly. It doesn't have any weaknesses, nor does it have any resistances. As for its abilities, it has the wind variation, brave magic attack, which is Arrow, Aurora, Eroga. Basically, it's just a more powerful version to the next. Next, it has Venom Bite, which is its melee HP attack, and this also has a fair chance of inflicting poison debuff. Next is Poison Hit, which is a magic brave attack, which also inflicts poison, and this also increases the turn rate when it's inflicting a break or attacking a target that's inflicted with break. It has a plus version. Basically, it is still a magic brave attack. It also inflicts poison, and this time it also inflicts a speed down debuff, and it still has a high turn rate when it's inflicting a break, and of course when it's attacking a target that's inflicted with break. Next up, it has Rallying Cry, which summons these small swarm flies. This also raises the attack, defense, initial brave, max brave, speed of all these small swarm flies summoned while it's angry, or it has the angrier version. Next, it has Powder Stream, which is a group magic brave attack, which also inflicts a turn rate down debuff and an attack down debuff. Next, it has Moss Bite, which is a melee brave attack, and it grants it grants it brave to its allies and restores the allies' HP. And finally, it has the Angrier, which basically raises its own attack, defense, initial brave, max brave, and speed. And it also has quite a few resistance. It has a low resistance to the range resist down debuff, and it is immune to attack, magic attack, and defense down debuff. Now let's talk about the small swarm fly. I don't really want to go too much into detail because it has almost every ability of the swarm fly except the Venom Bite, Rallying Cry, Powder Stream, and of course the Angry and Angrier. It only really has a, I suppose it says, tiny version of all the other attacks of the swarm fly. The unique thing about the small swarm fly is the Buzz Plus, and Buzz Plus Plus is basically it raises attack, defense, initial brave, max brave, and speed, and this also has a high turn rate, so they can be quite annoying. Other than that, it does have the same resistances as the swarm flies, such as the low resistance to range resist down and immunity to attack, magic attack, and defense down. Alright, so now that we know the abilities, the resistances, and the weaknesses of the boss and its minions, it's time to take a look at some general tips and guide. And the first one is to save about maybe 60 to 70% of your abilities for the boss, just to make it a little bit easier. Honestly, if you have Rinoa here, then you will pretty much blitz through this fight. However, if you don't have her, just make sure you have the abilities for the boss and you should be fine. And again, the next one is to bring in the boosted characters. Like I said, if you have Rinoa, you'll blitz through this. Squall and Irvine are the other two, and Lena also is included as a boosted character for this event. If you don't have any of these characters, the other characters that you may want to consider bringing are Golbez, Quistis, Cloud and Furion, who have had their reworks recently. I put in Locke here because I haven't really shown much love for Locke, and he does have splash damage, which is something that you may want to bring in this fight. Kuja is here. Agrius, of course, is still pretty good. You have Bartz, Plaid and Cecil. Cypher has a AoE again, although he may be in the lower tier here. So I'm not sure if you really want to bring him, but I believe he may help a little bit, although his debuffs aren't really gonna do anything to these bosses. I just put him there because he can do some splash damage, but it's really up to you if you want to try him out. You have Ace, Deuce again, Ishtola and Onion Knight, who have had their reworks done as well. And for the last one, I put in Edge because he can pretty much be a good tank for this fight with his dodge ability, and of course he can provoke the enemies as well. As for the healers plus Brave Battery options, you do have Rem, Selfie, Maria, Eiko, and of course now Lena as well. And I did put Lena there in the boosted characters, but I just want to reiterate how good she is as a healer slash Brave Battery, and also Kate Sith can do that as well. As for the summon, there's no question, it's going to have to be Ifrit. He is the only one that we have a level 30 summon, so you should be taking advantage of that. Alright, so now let's take a look at some general tips for the fight itself. The first one is going to be for your support. I do recommend bringing Golbez, Rinoa, or Quistis for your support because Golbez is a DPS magician that does a ton of damage, and so does Rinoa, and of course Quistis again for that delay. The next one is to actually use splash damage. So when you're fighting the small swarm flies, you do really want to just get rid of them using splash damage, so you don't have to waste an ability on them. So bringing splash damage characters will definitely help you here, but you can leave these small swarm flies alone. You don't need to kill them in order to finish the fight. If you just kill the boss, which is the swarm fly, while the small swarm flies are still around, it will still end the fight. The next one is delay. You can bring the delay team here. Definitely gonna work. Plus, it's a Final Fantasy VIII team as well, so there's a bonus of a charm there. So if you have Quistis and her EX, definitely bring her, and you bring the Quistis support again. And the last one is both the Swarmfly and the small Swarmfly can heal each other, and they can heal both their HP and Brave, so you just have to be a little bit careful, especially towards the end when their HP starts getting lower. And if you've pretty much ignored the small Swarmfly and don't have a splash damage, then you might have some trouble because they're gonna start using Buzz Plus and Buzz Plus. Oh my gosh, too many pluses. But you get what I mean. They're gonna keep healing each other's brave, plus the Moss Bite and Tiny Moss Bite as well will grant themselves brave to their allies and restore their allies' HP. So you just have to be a little bit careful there. Alright, so now that we have had some general tips for the fight itself, it's time to take a look at some possible party compositions. The first one is the first video that you guys seen, which basically Squall, Rinoa, and Lena. I actually don't think Irvine is such a good character. He needs a rework, honestly. He probably will just slow you down if you end up using him. Not that, you know, you can't use him, but the better version of the boosted character team will include Squall, Rinoa, and Lena. So just take it as you will. If you like Irvine, I'm really sorry, but he's the weakest link out of the four. As for support, Rinoa and Golbez again, and of course for the summon you have Ifrit. The next one I have is Squall Selfie's Quistis, which is another Final Fantasy VIII team, which you guys are seeing right now, and with a Quistis support. Basically, this is sort of a delay version team. So as long as you have a Quistis and a Quistis support, I guess that is a version of a delay team. And for the summon, it is Ifrit. Now for the third one, I sort of been looking around if there's anyone who has had like a very unique team, and there's really not much difference from everyone. So I did put like Golbez, Bartz, and Lena here. Golbez obviously a strong DPS, Bartz can be a brave battery, and so is Lena. And I did put here Golbez support in order for you to do more damage, of course, and Ifrit for the summon. As for the last team composition, it's Rinoa by herself. She can actually clear this fight by herself as long as you have all her weapons max limit broken, and of course her EX weapon as well. And of course, I mean, if you have a good artifact passives, definitely gonna help. But she can actually clear this, and you can see if you look through the YouTube that there are people who have showcased this, and you can actually clear this with Rinoa by herself. Granted, again, you have to have all her weapons, passives, and of course Quistis for support, just so you can delay the boss, and Ifrit for the summon, which is quite funny, to be honest with you guys. Alright, so we're coming to the end of the video, but of course I have to give you guys my final thoughts for this fight. Now, in all honesty, this fight isn't that hard, especially if you have Rinoa, which can pretty much solo her own EX fight. I can't believe this, how ridiculous of a character she is. So if you have Rinoa and gotten her EX, there shouldn't be any problem for you reaching that 270,000 points. However, if you don't have any of her weapon, as long as you have Lena or Golbez, I don't think this fight will be any difficult, will bring you any, you know, headaches. I do feel like they don't really have a lot of brave plus HP attacks. So there isn't much, I suppose, of a threat in terms of one-shotting your characters. So if you do have enough healing on your side, like having Selfie there, and of course having Lena again, is definitely gonna help you, and you can heal through pretty much any of the damage. But at the same time, of course, you want to avoid getting hit by those HP attacks if they do end up coming, and yeah, as long as you have splash damage, plus the boss doesn't have any weaknesses or resistances, so you can use a myriad of characters that you have. And plus, I mean, a lot of people have gotten Cloud. it's definitely gonna be one of those characters that you can definitely bring here. And of course Furion as well, with both their reworks. They are absolutely monsters right now. You can definitely bring them here and they can cause some havoc. So I think I'll end the video right there. I don't believe you guys will have any problem as long as you guys have level 60 characters, and of course max limit break as much weapons as you have for those characters, plus you have their EX weapon. You shouldn't have any problems as well. But if you are having problems, leave it down in the comments below and let me know your team or available team, and maybe we can sort something out for you. Anyway, I think I'll end the video right here. Remember to click like and subscribe, and make sure to follow me on Twitter at Munchkins Gaming. You can follow me on Facebook as well, or add me as a friend, more like. If you have any questions, you can directly message me both on Twitter or on Facebook. And again, leave down the comments below which team did you use. Did you actually try Rinoa on her solo run? Let me know how it turned out. This is Munchkins logging off, and I'll see you guys in the next level.